Welcome to the Mentor Studio, where today's thought leaders and leading entrepreneurs inspire and bring real-world ideas that help you take your career to levels you've only dreamed of. Now buckle in. Here's your host, Michael Silvers.
Welcome, everyone. This is Jonathan Trowan with the Mentor Studio podcast. We are here with Lisa Lewis of Business Processes Made Simple. Simple. Do you understand that? Simple. So happy you're here. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be here.
So my guess is you have this because we all as business owners make life more difficult.
Oh boy, do we.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
You know, I think sometimes we don't know better, but I also think that we think it's supposed to be hard and it's not. It doesn't have to be.
Well, because we've been told life is hard, right? And you gotta hustle. And so before you figured out these simple processes, did you do difficult processes? Or did you live in the difficult business life?
I lived in that world for a long time. Yeah. And so did my clients, and it wasn't until I really discovered the problem isn't in the way we're doing business. It's the processes we're running to do business.
So what made you figure that out? Like, what was that aha? Like, we can do this differently.
Well, so I had an accounting business for 30 plus years, and I had a great deal of success in helping my clients get their numbers in order, but they couldn't seem to get their processes, make life more simple for them, make business fun. But I didn't see the connection because the numbers worked, right? They were making money, things were going just fine. What was happening is there was so much everyday breakdown in their business, and I couldn't solve that until I got far enough away to see that they didn't have processes. Some of them had operating manuals, but nobody was using them. Why? Because who wants to take that big heavy binder off the shelf, right? And look and see, am I doing this correctly, right? And then there's the whole lost in translation. Oh, I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm doing. This is not working, right? So we decided to start taking a look at what are the processes? How can we make it simple for business owners and the people they hire to do the processes the business owners want, so the business owners get the results they want, right?
Yeah.
And that was like just big light bulb moment. It's like if you put good processes in place that people can run, they're happier and you're happier.
So do you come from a process background, or did you just figure it out like, hey, this can be more simple and here's how to make it more simple?
So my background is in business management and accounting, but my business partner's background is completely in processes, HR services and processes. She's a genius at process. So it was just a perfect combination because my accounting work gave me the basis for the business management. So now what we can do is we can help businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurs, medium-sized businesses as a whole. We can help them not only with their processes around accounting, but also HR. But most importantly, just their everyday processes, the core processes that they need to run their business and be successful are the ones you have to map out first and foremost. If you can get those mapped out so that everybody's doing the same things the same way every time, your business is going to thrive.
So let's dig into process because it's a business type word. So, and for newer people that are just starting, they don't need, we all know what process means, but they don't know what it means. They might not even know what it means in the business sense, right? Because we don't have any in place. Just that we don't have any in place because we don't really know what it is or how it applies to us. So what is a process? What do you mean by that word?
A process is the simple steps that you follow every single time to do the task that you want to do so that you can compare and contrast your results. So in other words, let's start off with a real basic one. So you're a consultant and you're getting clients. If you set up a process that when somebody calls, you pick up the phone and you do this exact script, and then you take them on this pathway that ends up with them becoming a client. Now you have a process. Right?
So that's the process.
Right. Now here's the key. That process is running and you're getting whatever amount of leads you're getting, or you're turning into client. What if you want to improve that process? If you don't have it written down, if you don't have it documented, you're not going to know what you could possibly tweak to get better. So people just end up doing the same thing they've been doing over and over, and they're like, what do I do? What's up in my head? How's that going to get any better?
So how do you work when you begin to work with a company? Do you figure out what their processes are already and how to fix them, or tell me? So I'm here, I'm like, I don't have any processes. But of course, if you don't think you have a process, you do. Kind of like habits. You don't think you have daily habits? You do. You just don't know what they are. So I don't know what my processes are. What do you say to me? How do we start?
Oh, it's perfect. It's easy. It's really easy. What are the most important things for your business? Just give me the top 3 things that are the most important activities of your business.
Bringing people in.
So how do you do that?
I do that. Oh, we have a yoga center and also that's one way. So a lot of them come to the yoga center.
All right.
And I put myself out there online, we're in Facebook and LinkedIn and people find me. I reach out to people find me.
Each of those things have a process involved. So let's just take
So watch this.
Yeah.
No, they don't. I just do it. Right? Can anybody relate to that? Can anybody relate to that? Yes, no, yes.
Yes.
No
Great,
process.
perfect.
Great.
So
Yeah.
what if you don't want to show up for work one day? Yoga studio doesn't open. What if you want to?
Luckily, I don't have to show up there every day. So, yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
Well, so what if you suddenly said, I can't show up?
So the process is we have a studio manager that comes in, but I never called that a process before.
Right.
I just called it.
Right. You taught them the process of opening it. Now, what if the
Right.
studio manager can't come in? What if you had a computer?
Well, then I come in.
Right. But the whole
Yeah, no, I
you
get
have to duplicate the processes. If you want to scale and grow your business, the easiest way to do it is to have it all documented so that somebody can come in and say, see, this is our process. All I want you to do is I want you to open the door, turn off the alarm, right? And they can do that without you having to be there.
Yeah.
See, that's double the time, double the money.
Yeah.
Right. And then stuff gets lost in translation with, oh, I told you to turn off the alarm first before you open the door. Now the police are here, right? And it's all documented. They're just like,
I did that once years ago in LA. And the police, it was crazy. Having a processes. They didn't teach me that process.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Think about it. Process is to lock up the business. The process is to talk to your clients. The process is to connect, keep nurturing your clients. If you don't have a process that says every 3 days we need to send them another nurturing email. Now there are automations for that, which is great because those go in the process, those automations. But somebody has to manage the process. And the easiest way to do it is to have it in a computer system, right? In your computer. And it's just a visual thing that then has all the details. It's so simple. You don't have to pull any big books off the shelf and try to flip to page. Oh, wait, 34 is missing. Somebody tear out page 34. Now what do I do, right?
So what do? We go on and how do we visualize this process?
So like you go on and you write the process step by step. And then when you go in and you teach somebody it or go in like you haven't done the process in a month, you just go into your computer system and you pull up ProcessPro and you look in there and there's my process. Oh, right. I got to do this, and this. I know how to do, wait, how do I do that? Click on it, opens up. This is exactly how I do it. Oh, do I need to go to a link on another website? Great. Into my CRM, click right there. So it's all right there. Let me give you the best example ever.
Yes.
All right. Airline pilot.
Yes.
Notorious for having checklists. Do you think they don't know what to do? Of course they know what to do. But every day, every time they go to fly, they have a checklist because everything is so important. Why don't we take responsibility for our businesses like airline pilots take responsibility for our lives?
What a great metaphor. Is your business as important as the airplane? And if it's not, get out of the business, right? Find something that is important enough to you, believe in it, have that passion about it and love it. And if it is, then treat it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the plane's going to crash.
Exactly.
And we don't want your business to crash.
That's right. So here's the thing. Big businesses know this. Big businesses know this. They have tons and tons of all their processes are mapped out. Why are the little businesses not doing it?
So here's a question then, because sometimes you go into the big businesses and everything's like so mapped out, it gets too much and overwhelming. So people leave big business because of all the processes and procedures. They leave big business to go back into the entrepreneurial world where it's more fun, or the startup world, and it's more fun and dynamic. So how do you find the balance between not turning into these behemoths, which then for many become boring, right? That's the people that, they climb the ladder and they're making their millions of dollars, but hate life, right? They come to me for the self-love revolution, right? Because they're just not enjoying life, even though they're really successful. So where's that balance between having that small business, that entrepreneurial nature, but having enough processes in place, but not too much where you can't get anything done?
Well, so that's an interesting comparison because if you're the owner of that big behemoth company, you're happy as all get out because you got all your processes mapped and you got hundreds of thousands of employees doing all your work for you and you're just sitting up at the top collect. So it's a little bit of a contrast compared to somebody that has to run the processes wanting to go out to be an entrepreneur. All of us entrepreneurs want to be a business owner, right? So we do want to have all these processes in place. We're not going to be the ones running them. there are people that want to run processes. There are people that don't have the entrepreneurial spirit, right? So we're going to hire those people, right? We're going to do the hiring and make sure that they love the attention to detail. The beauty of doing this with small business owners and entrepreneurs is that we get to give them a leg up, because when it's time to hire, it's an arduous process. In fact, a lot of people really don't look forward to hiring. For number one, they think they're going to come take their secrets and go off and do their own business, or they're not going to be good enough. They don't know how to hire. Well, there's a process for hiring. There's a process for firing. There's a process for disciplining. There's a process for everything. And if small business owners and entrepreneurs would just open their minds to take a look at what the processes are, they would be so empowered with the knowledge of how they can run their business if they choose to. So now they know they can hire, they can place people, and they don't have, but they at least now have the option.
Yeah. So you cannot be too small to have processes in place.
No.
Because you have processes, you just don't know what they are.
Right, exactly. And if you document them now, you are going to grow more gracefully. Most businesses get to the point where they know they have to have processes, and it is clunky and hard to get it all done in retrospect, right?
Yeah.
Like now they've got, 60 employees, and now they want to document all the processes. You got to go around that business, sit down with somebody for a week and say, what do you do all week? Okay, wait, let me take notes. Come on, it'll take forever. Why not start now?
And this is true. We brought in a new manager. We had to go to the old one and go, okay, because her role evolved over time too. So even though we may have had a process, though we didn't call it that at the beginning, more and more happened. We just throw stuff at her, right? Well, can you do this? Sure. Can you do that? Sure. So then we had to go, okay, can you break down what you do now? And now I have a word for that. We were asking her, what's your process? So we can have that. That is wonderful. So whatever size you are, you have processes. If you don't know what they are, write them down. You need them. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can go to ProcessPro360.com, or they can reach out to me at Lisa360 is how they can get my information. I'm a speaker and I love processes, and I'm also a high performance business coach. So I'm always helping entrepreneurs and small business owners and make a bigger impact in the world.
So you get the processes and you get a business coach.
Absolutely.
Who's been through it, and it's going to help you grow and flourish.
That's right.
Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
See everyone next time.
All right.
We're honored that you invested time with us today at the Mentor Studio. Now, don't be greedy. Share this knowledge bomb with all your dope peeps on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Actually, we'll even pay you to do it. To get the deets, please check out thementorstudio.com.